I'm on my way to Manhattan to take an R32 for the last time. By the way, this is my first time in a while taking an express bus from my Home Depot at Castleton. Although one thing I must admit that's kind of ironic is that every time I'm on the SIM3C, I'm always on the lower level of the Verrazano Bridge and I'm never on the HOV lane of the Gowanus. Recently, while I was on Twitter, I saw a tweet posted from the MTA mentioning something about their buses, about their subways and commuter railroads. And one guy responded with the suggestion of having a high-speed rail system in New York City, or at least in New York State. Now, honestly, Lee, I was already dismissive with regards to the idea because honestly, how the both the commuter railroads and the subways are, but mostly the commuter railroads, the lengthiest route, which of course is from Long Island City to Montauk, is basically it takes 3 hours to go there, which in a way is not too bad, only because what would be the lengthiest trip of all, I mean the most ideal one for me to help to turn a profit is anything that can have a round trip achieved in less than 10 hours. But then again, I had to think about it, especially with my idea of combining many of the subsidiaries into a few. Like, let's say the Long Island Railroad and Metro North becomes one MTA commuter railroad, and eventually the rolling stock gets simplified into a few equipment. Already for the diesel equipment, I wouldn't mind the potential MTA commuter railroad just having for at least diesel equipment and the Siemens Charger locomotives and venture cars. Now, the Charger and venture cars has really have somewhat of a great showing in the past few years, especially for Amtrak and many other systems, but especially Brightline in Florida, who has their variation of the Siemens Charger, which, if I'm correct, is the SCB 40 locomotives with some venture cars. And basically that is a high-speed rail system in Florida. So in a way, wait, even though for right now I say that Metro North is in a better position to have a high-speed rail system because admittedly they take better care of their equipment than the Long Island Railroad, I would still prefer if the MTA decides to have a high-speed rail system, at least have it from Long Island City to Montauk, or perhaps Penn Station to Montauk. Basically, a year-round Cannonball Express, so to speak. And of course, the railroad would need to basically add more tracks to the line between Spionk and Montauk in particular. I don't know about Babylon to Montauk, but I still recall Spionk to Montauk. Like, every once in a while, I see videos from the Red Iron Soldier of some at times the Montauk train coming to West Hampton, and there's basically one track. So in a way, if there could be some more tracks added, like let's say they basically expand the third track project all the way out beyond the main line towards Montauk. In a way, that could probably give the idea of a potential year-round Cannonball Express. I mean, the Cannonball Express does bypass Jamaica, so instead, I could see it stopping at the main stops, namely Penn Station, then Jamaica, then Babylon, then Spionk, and then so on and so forth. Or in a way, that could probably give the potential of a high-speed rail service, and maybe an hour or two could be reduced for a regular, although that might end up discontinuing the need for the city zone, which I've taken twice already. What are your thoughts on MTA high-speed rail network? Let me know in the comments.